Sylvia Michetti. This is Luminosity TV. As always, I try to share some of my ongoing experiences and the many life lessons that I gather along the way. And these special times are some of the greatest life teachers that anyone can have. And for me, the goal is always to try and be conscious of the lessons that I'm learning every single day. What's going on in my world? What's going on in my inner being? And how that affects and reflects on my external environment. I don't know about you and how it is in the part of the world where you are, but lately there's a heaviness. I don't know if you've noticed. There's an uneasiness in the air. As if humanity is just running around in circles and not actually making any headway. We seem confused, chaotic, and out of control. Like something's coming that's beyond our control. Or better still, it's already here, and its powerful rays are having either a negative or a positive effect on us, depending on the condition of our soul. It's like our freedom and sovereignty is gradually being taken away from us. And I was thinking of it just this morning, how every year at this time I would be making plans to travel for a festival. And suddenly this year I find myself not being in full control as I used to be. So many other factors are now playing a part in what would normally be a case of just booking a ticket and getting on a plane and going away. It's now more difficult to travel with all of these conditions, and it's easy to blame a health crisis. But there's a deeper significance to the fact that more and more we are feeling deprived of the normal activities we used to engage in. As human beings, we're used to our own idea of what normal is. We're set in our ways of doing things. And anything that comes and disrupts that makes us sad and angry and depressed, makes us feel out of control. But how many of us are able to willingly submit to a situation, knowing that we have very little control over it? How many of us can experience a difficult situation and see the joy of being permitted to learn a lesson from it? The opportunities and the difficulties that present themselves in our lives are not by chance. They are exactly what we need in discovering ourselves. The people we meet, the family that we're born into, the country that we live in, our line of work, the person that we're married to, the friends that we keep. All these are no coincidence at all. And they have answers for us on our journey through self-discovery. And these challenges that we are mostly afraid of are always the best opportunities for our growth. In all that's happening around me at the moment, I'm learning to have the audacity to surrender and not feel like I have to control anything or everything. I'm allowing myself to be guided by the laws of nature so that whatever comes my way, I accept it and realize that everything is working out for my highest good. How is it for you out there? Are you taking notice of what's going on around you? Are you worried about the state of affairs in your world? Does it seem to you like humanity is deteriorating? Or is it business as usual for you as long as you're able to fulfill your basic needs? Are we just content with just that, waking up, working, eating, sleeping, and repeat? Or is the world around us changing in a way that we can't help but sit up and look at what the problems are? What we have done with our thoughts, words, and actions, which has brought us to this moment. So no matter what's going on at the moment, we are all responsible for it. Everyone's asking, when is this all going to end? When is all these problems going to go away? It isn't. We are at a time in our lives where we need more chaos. We need more fear of the unknown. We need more catastrophes and more uncertainties. We need the earth to quake and shake. Otherwise, how else are we going to wake up spiritually? If every day you wake up with little or no challenges, you'll go back to bed. No struggle, no movement. We must move as a humanity. They say that when the going is good, no one is going. They just sit down and enjoy the good. But when the going is bad, we we want to get going so that we can move from bad to at least better. We've been sleeping for so long, comfortable in our own shadows, even in places where we had a little light. Our morals, our ethics, our values, our love for one another, even that has been dulled. We're all squinting until we can get used to our dark environment where evil thrives and anything goes. Nothing is overwhelming these days. We've learned to tolerate everything, including some of the worst atrocities in humanity. Because whatever society tosses up at us, we just lap it up. There are no more free thinkers, no soul searchers, no mind ponderers. We are now mainly followers and tweeters. But now there's a heavy beam of light that's shining, and it's too bright for those who have gotten too used to the dark. So they're now wondering, what's going on? This light is blinding. I'm not ready for it. But these unpleasant experiences is what will get us ready. It's going to be intense. It's going to be choking and threatening till we have to surrender to it. And then we will feel a breath of fresh air and weight that has been lifted off of our shoulders. The more we stop seeing ourselves as victims of this misfortune and this chaos, the quicker we will awaken to the fact that we contributed to it, we created it, and we are the ones fueling this madness. So we can hop, jump, skip, or fly, but we can't hide. We are being touched physically, mentally, spiritually, psychically, ethereally. This touch for some can be a gentle tap, a nudge to wake up, a push, or a thorough lashing. We're all being touched, whether it be with your health, your finances, your relationship, your friendships, your religion, your belief, your faith, your marriage, all of our earthly pleasures and those things that give us comfort, our presumed freedom, all now being tested at this time. How are you responding to all of this? Are you surrendering to the new, or are you fighting for your old normal? Everything is geared towards waking us up, stirring our souls from its slumber till we have no cards left to play. We will get dragged along, kicking and screaming if need be, because we've been given enough time to find our humanness, our spiritual essence, and we squandered it. But the awakening is happening, whether we like it or not, for each of us at different times, different moments, different places. So for those who are gradually waking up, they must hold the light for the others. We must keep shining till others can see the light. And how we do it is through our nature, through love, through fixing ourselves first. There's always help available. We're only a phone call away from tapping into the higher source. But many of us are too weak to hear or even see the help. Imagine 3 people standing at a bus stop and they all get a phone call saying, well, the next bus that's coming is going to hit all 3 of you, so get out of there. Before the end of that phone call, the first person has disappeared from the bus stop. Like magic, he doesn't wait for the call to end. And the second one just about sees the bus coming and moves out of the way. But the third one is still standing there on his phone. He gets hit by the bus, and whilst he's on the floor holding his leg in pain, he's still saying, hello, I can't hear you, what did you say? At this time in our lives, you don't want to be that third person because you will get hit. Look around you. How many phone calls do you need before we realize that everything is changing and that all the signs are there telling us, warning us, admonishing us to change our ways? We have to wake up to what's going on and begin to adjust our lives. It's no longer business as usual. If we do not hold more light on our earth, it will be dark. How we do this is love over fear, good over evil, nature over man-made, peace over war. We know these things. We just need to be conscious of it and start living it one step at a time towards a happier world. What kind of world do you want to see? Well, let's go out there and build